Introduction: The Divine Appointment. Stop for a moment. Take your hand off the mouse or the screen. Do not keep scrolling. Do not change the track. You have to understand something crucial before we begin. The fact that you are listening to my voice at this precise instant is mathematically impossible to attribute to chance. Think about the odds. There are millions of books, millions of videos, and billions of hours of content on the internet. Among all that infinite noise, on this specific day, with the exact mood you have today, the algorithm, or what I like to call the engineering of divinity, has placed this title before your eyes. And you have clicked. Do you believe it is a coincidence? In metaphysics, coincidences do not exist. Only synchronicities exist. Carl Jung, the great Swiss psychologist, knew it. The ancient alchemists knew it. And deep down, you know it too. This book has found you because you have called it. Perhaps you did not do it with words. Perhaps you did not say, "I want to listen to this." But your soul has been emitting a frequency, has been sending a radio signal to the universe asking for a change, an answer, a sign, or an exit from the labyrinth in which you find yourself. You have been vibrating at the frequency of the search, and by the law of resonance, the universe has had no choice but to send you this material as a direct response to your request. Therefore, this is not just an audiobook. It is a divine appointment. It is a contracted encounter between your current consciousness and your future potential. If you are here, it is because you are ready. As the old Hermetic proverb says, "When the ear is able to hear, then come the lips to fill them with wisdom." Your ears are ready. Your vibration has opened the door. What you are about to hear next is not empty theory. It is a navigation map to understand the hidden language of reality. We're going to talk about why what happens to you happens, about why you meet who you meet, and about how to stop being a leaf blown by the wind to become the wind itself. But I warn you, once you understand that nothing is accidental, you can never fall asleep again. The responsibility of knowing that you have attracted this is enormous, but it is also the key to your freedom. If this book found you, it is for a reason, and the reason is that your time to awaken has arrived. Chapter 1: The Law of Resonance, Why You Are Here. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Nikola Tesla. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Hermetic proverb. Let's start with the obvious. What your rational mind is trying to tell you right now. This is a coincidence. It showed up in my recommendations. A friend sent it to me. I simply clicked. Let me stop you there. In Newton's mechanical universe, where billiard balls collide by inertia, coincidences exist. In the quantum universe in which you actually live, coincidence is a mathematical impossibility. Everything, absolutely everything that enters your field of perception has been invited by you. This audiobook is not an external object that has collided with you. This audiobook is a response. It is the echo of a shout you gave. It is the materialization of a frequency that you have been emitting during the last months or years. To understand why you are listening to this, and why your life is exactly as it is today, with its debts, its loves, its pains, and its glories, you must understand the mother law of metaphysics, the law of resonance. The physics of the invisible. Forget about spirituality for a moment. Let's talk about physics. You are not a solid body. If we put your hand under a powerful enough microscope, we will see cells. If we look inside the cells, we will see molecules. Inside, atoms. And if we look inside the atom, we will see that it is 99.999% empty space. And what is in that space? Energy. Electrons vibrating at a breakneck speed. You are literally a package of vibrating energy. You are a standing wave. You are condensed sound. You are slowed down light. In the world of wave physics, there exists a phenomenon called sympathetic resonance. If you have two pianos in a room and you strike the C key on the first piano, the C string of the second piano will vibrate. Why? Because they share the same frequency. The C of the first piano sent an invisible wave through the air. That wave passed through all the other strings of the second piano, D, E, F, but these ignored them. It was not their language. But when the wave reached the C string, it said, "That is my song," and it started to move. You are that piano. You live immersed in an ocean of waves, people, opportunities, books, accidents, money, illnesses. Most of those waves pass through you without touching you, but those that are tuned to your same frequency make you vibrate. They find you, they stick to you, they enter your reality. Enter. That is why this book found you. You have been emitting a specific note lately. Perhaps it is the note of the search for truth. Perhaps it is the note of the weariness of suffering. Perhaps it is the note of spiritual ambition. Whatever the nuance, you have struck the key. And the universe, which is the second piano, has responded by making this content vibrate in your reality. It is not marketing. It is physics. TUS, the human radio station. Imagine that you are a radio. If you tune into the frequency 98.5 FM, you will hear classic rock. You cannot hear classical music on 98.5 FM. It is impossible. Classical music is playing on 104.1 FM. Both musics exist simultaneously in the air. They are there right now, crossing your room, but your experience of reality depends exclusively on where your dial is. If your internal dial is tuned to the frequency of the victim, fear, complaint, scarcity, you will only pick up that frequency. You will turn on the television and see terrible news. You will go out to the street and encounter rude people. Unexpected bills will arrive. You will say, "How unlucky I am. The world is horrible." No, the world is infinite. The world has horror and has beauty. The world has poverty and has obscene wealth. Everything happens at the same time. But you, with your dial on Victim FM, can only decode the disaster signal. The million-dollar opportunity passed by your side, brushed your shoulder, but you did not see it. You were invisible to it and it to you, because you vibrated at dissonant frequencies. On the contrary, if you move your dial to opportunity, the world changes. It is not that the world changes, it is that you change channels. You start to see lucky coincidences. People smile at you. The perfect book appears. This one. Money flows. The skeptic will say, "Sure, it's just that now you are optimistic." The metaphysician says, "No, it is that you have changed your resonance. Now you are compatible with a reality that was previously inaccessible to you." If this book is in your hands, it means a wonderful thing. Your dial has moved. You are no longer on the frequency of the sleeping zombie. If you were on that low frequency, this title would have seemed boring, ridiculous, or invisible to you. You would have passed by scrolling in search of a cat video or gossip, but you stopped. Something in the title resonated with your internal string. That means you are ready. It means your vibration has risen enough to intersect with this information. 30. The algorithm of God. We live in the era of algorithms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We all know how they work. If you spend the day watching cooking videos, the algorithm learns this user likes cooking, and it bombards you with recipes, chefs, and utensils. If suddenly you start watching conspiracy videos, the algorithm changes and shows you UFOs and government secrets. The algorithm does not judge. It does not say cooking is good or conspiracies are bad. The algorithm is a blind mirror. It only gives you more of what you are. The universe works exactly the same. It is the great algorithm. God, or the source, or the quantum field, does not judge. It does not say, "Poor Juan, let's give him money, although he feels miserable." No. The divine algorithm says, "Juan is vibrating in fear of not being able to pay the rent. Perfect. Let's send him more situations that make him feel fear of not being able to pay the rent, to confirm his vibration." It is brutal, but it is fair. It is absolute freedom. You have the free will to choose your frequency, and the universe has the mechanical obligation to confirm it with facts. That is why the phrase in the title is literal, "If this book found you." The algorithm of the universe has detected a change in your internal searches. It has noticed that the old answers no longer satisfy you. It has noticed that you are asking deeper questions. And as a response to your new spiritual browsing history, it has recommended this book to you. You are the user. The universe is the server. This book is the content delivered. Verstamun unconscious attraction, the shadow. This is where people get angry with the law of resonance. You will tell me, "Wait a moment. I did not attract my car accident. I did not attract my abusive partner. I wanted love and security." Are you blaming me? I am not blaming you. I am empowering you. But to empower you, you must first understand the dark part of the law. You do not attract what you think conscientiously, the 5%. You attract what you vibrate subconsciously, the 95%. You can spend the day repeating positive affirmations. I am rich, I am loved. But if in the depths of your gut, in your solar plexus, you feel a knot of fear, of unworthiness or of guilt, that is your real emission. The universe does not listen to your words, it feels your vibration. If you have an abandonment trauma from childhood, you are emitting the signal, I am abandonable. And by resonance, you will attract partners who abandon you. Not because the universe is cruel, but because it needs to put a mirror of your vibration in front of you, so that you see it and heal it. That toxic partner was not a mistake. It was a mathematical precision. It fit perfectly with your wound. Understanding this hurts. It means admitting that we are accomplices in our misfortunes. But it is also the best news in the world, because if you were the unconscious creator of your disaster, it means you can be the conscious creator of your paradise. If the power to destroy your life was in you, the power to fix it is also in you. No one is doing anything to you. You are doing everything to yourself. The reticular activating system, RAS. Biological science also supports this. At the base of your brain, you have a filter called the reticular activating system, RAS. Your brain receives millions of bits of information per second. If you processed everything, you would go crazy. The RAS is the doorman of the nightclub. Its job is to filter. It leaves out 99% of reality and only lets through what it considers important. And what does it consider important? That on which you focus. The classic example. You want to buy a red car Model X. Before, you never saw that car. Now that you want it, you go out to the street and boom, you see the red car Model X everywhere. Were thousands of red cars manufactured last night? No, they were always there. But before you were blind to them because your RAS filtered them. Now that you have tuned into that frequency, your brain shows them to you. Apply this to opportunities. The opportunities to get rich, to be happy, to find love, are around you right now. They are crossing your field of vision, but if your RAS is programmed to life is hard, you literally do not see them. You have a cognitive blind spot. This audiobook has managed to pass the filter of your RAS. That means your brain has opened the door to new information. You have lowered the guard of skepticism enough to let the magic in. Fast dissonance and cleaning. There is a side effect of changing your resonance that you must know. When you start to raise your vibration, reading these books, meditating, searching for the truth, your old life begins to crumble. It is inevitable. Imagine that you were a puzzle piece with a triangular shape, and you fit into a triangular hole. Now, by changing your vibration, you are becoming a circular piece. You no longer fit. You start to feel uncomfortable with your old friends. Their conversations bore you or irritate you. Your job starts to seem like a prison to you. You and your partner start to clash. This is called vibrational dissonance. What previously resonated with you now generates friction. Many people get scared here. I lost my friends. Celebrate that. You are not losing anything. You are letting go of dead weight. For the new to enter, the old must leave. If this book found you, it is very likely that you are in a moment of crisis, transition, or emptiness. It is likely that you feel that you no longer belong to your old life. Perfect. That discomfort is the proof that you are growing. The clothes are tight because you have grown. Do not try to shrink to fit in the old clothes. Strip naked and look for new clothes. So you are the cause, not the effect. Most people live as effect. The world happens things to me. The weather makes me sad. My boss makes me angry. The economy makes me poor. They are leaves in the wind. This book has reached you to initiate you on the path of being the cause. I happen things to the world. I decide my vibration, and the world reorganizes to accommodate it. This transition does not happen overnight, but the first step is the radical recognition that you are here. You pressed the button, you made the call. There is no one out there imposing this destiny on you. It is your soul, using technology and circumstances to wake you up. Fate, the resonance test. Let's do a quick test. Listen to these statements and feel your body, not your mind, your body. Do you feel expansion, interest, excitement, curiosity? Or do you feel contraction, boredom, cynical rejection? I feel that there is something more to life than simply working, paying, and dying. I have had coincidences lately that seem too strange to be chance. I feel that I have a dormant potential that I am not using. I am tired of being a victim, and I want to take control. Deep down, I know that I am the creator of my reality. If you have felt an internal yes, a small spark, then the resonance is confirmed. The contract is signed, the book and you are compatible. 9. How to use this book. This is not a book to understand intellectually. It is a book to tune in. Each chapter is a different radio station. We will talk about the mirror, the time, the fear, the detachment. Do not listen only with your head. Listen with your solar plexus. Let the information permeate you. Sometimes you will not understand something rationally, but you will feel an internal click. That click is your cellular structure reorganizing to resonate with a higher truth. Treat this audiobook like an oracle. Sometimes you can open a chapter at random, and you will find exactly the answer to the problem you had that day. Why? Because of the law of resonance. Your problem, question, vibrates at a frequency, and the solution, answer, vibrates at the complementary frequency. They attract each other magnetically. Chapter 2. The Quantum Reflection. Reality is a mirror. Life is a mirror and sees no more than your reflection. You are the projector in the movie. The world is only the screen. Imagine this scene. You get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and see that your face is stained with coal. You are horrified. You don't like what you see. Then, in a fit of madness, you grab a towel and start rubbing the mirror furiously. You scrub the glass, scream at the glass, cry in front of the glass, begging it to make the stain disappear. Hours pass. You are exhausted. Your knuckles are bleeding from hitting the glass. You look again, the stain is still there. Obviously, because the stain is not on the mirror, it is on your face. No matter how much you manipulate, threaten, or clean the reflection, the image will not change until you wash your face. This metaphor seems absurd and ridiculous to you, right? No one would do that in a bathroom. However, this is exactly what 99% of humanity does with their life every day. They try to change their financial situation, the reflection, by working more hours without changing their scarcity mindset, the face. They try to change their relationships, the reflection, by arguing with their partner without changing their own insecurity. They try to change the world by fighting against it. Welcome to the Quantum Reflection. In this chapter, we are going to destroy the biggest illusion you have been sold, the idea that there is an outer world independent of you. It does not exist. What you call reality is a holographic feedback system. It is a 360-degree mirror that surrounds you and returns to you, with mathematical precision, the exact image of your beliefs, your fears, and your dominant vibration. By understanding this, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the conscious architect of everything that manifests in your field of vision. The illusion of the movie screen. To understand the metaphysics of the mirror, let's use the movie analogy. When you go to the movies, you sit in your seat and look at the screen. If a monster appears in the movie, you get scared. If the hero dies, you cry. But if you are lucid, you know that the screen is blank. The screen has no colors, no stories, no monsters. The screen is neutral. The movie is coming out of a small device behind you, the projector. The light comes out of the projector, passes through a roll of film, your beliefs and subconscious, and is captured on the screen. Your life works the same. The screen. It is the material world, your bank account, your house, your body. It is neutral. It is plastic matter. The projector. It is your consciousness, your mind, your heart, your focus. The movie. They are your internal patterns, what you believe is true about yourself and the world. If your bank account is empty, it is not a problem with the screen, the economy, the government. It is that you have a film roll called scarcity in the projector. While that roll is spinning, you can change screens, change countries, change jobs, but the movie will be projected exactly the same wherever you go. Have you ever noticed that there are people who change partners constantly, but always end up living the same dramas? All men are the same, they say. No, men are different. But your projector is the same, so you turn any man into the actor your movie needs to confirm your script of betrayal or abandonment. People live trying to fix the screen. They shoot at the screen, they scream at the screen. The metaphysical master leaves the screen alone. He turns around, he goes to the projection booth, and he changes the roll of film. And miraculously, the image outside changes on its own. Their reality is neutral, the observer effect. Quantum physics brought us a disturbing discovery, the observer effect. In subatomic experiments, it was shown that light can behave as a particle, solid matter, or as a wave, potential energy, depending exclusively on whether there is someone observing it or not. The observer creates reality by looking at it. Before you judge a situation, that situation is neutral. It is not good or bad, it is raw data. Imagine it starts to rain. Person A, a farmer in a drought, looks at the rain and projects blessing, money. His reality is euphoria. Person B, a bride getting married outdoors, looks at the rain and projects disaster. Her reality is depression. It is the same water, it is the same neutral event. But the quantum mirror returns to each one a different reality based on their internal definition. You spend the day labeling neutral things. You are fired from your job. It is a neutral fact, termination of contract. You label, I am a failure. The mirror returns depression to you. Or you label, I am free to start a business. The mirror returns opportunity to you. The mirror has no opinion. The mirror only says, yes. If you say, the world is dangerous, the mirror says, yes it is, here are 3 crime news items to confirm it. If you say the world is kind, the mirror says, yes it is, here is a stranger who helps you. The mirror is a faithful servant who never contradicts you. By mastering your labels, you master the reflection that the world presents to you, choosing to see the hidden potential in every neutral circumstance of your path. Third is the time delay, the trap of density. This is where most people abandon metaphysics. You will tell me, okay, I understand, I'm going to change my movie, I'm going to think I'm rich, done. Hey, I looked at my account and I'm still in the red. This is a lie. Calm down. We live in a dense dimension. Matter is heavy. The quantum mirror of 3D reality has hysteresis, delay. Imagine you are on a giant ship. If you turn the rudder, the ship takes time to physically turn due to the inertia of the water. Or look at the stars. The light you see from a star may have left 1,000 years ago. Perhaps the star already died, but you still see its light because it takes time to arrive. Your current reality is a dead star. Your life today, your money today, your body today, is the result of your thoughts and vibrations from 6 months or a year ago. It is old light. It is the echo of your past. If today you start to change your projector, you think of abundance. The screen does not change instantaneously. You have to sustain the new image while the old reality finishes dissolving. This is the valley of the shadow of death, the time between the change of mind and the change of matter. Most people start thinking positively on a Monday. On Wednesday, they see that nothing has changed. They get frustrated and go back to thinking negatively. They interrupt the process. The mirror was starting to turn, but you stopped it. You must learn to ignore the current reflection while you create the new one. So you must walk through your poorhouse feeling rich, knowing that the poverty you see is only the residue of your old self, and that wealth is already on its way, coming down the pipe of time. Ignore the senses. Trust the vision. The manifestation is inevitable if the frequency is held with unwavering faith. For others do not exist, Neville Goddard. This is the most radical and difficult teaching to swallow. Neville Goddard, the great mystic, said, everyone is you pushed out. The people in your life do not have total free will in your reality. They act according to the script that you subconsciously write for them. You assign them roles. If you have a deep insecurity and believe that I am not worthy of love, you will telepathically force your partner to treat you with coldness or to be unfaithful, to confirm your belief. Your partner may be a wonderful person with others, but with you, they become a tyrant. Why? Because you are passing them the script, and they, by resonance, interpret it. This explains why, when you radically change your self-concept, you begin to truly love and respect yourself, the people around you have only two options. 1. They change. Suddenly they treat you with respect, without you asking them to. 2. They leave. Since they can no longer play the role of abuser in your new movie of self-esteem, they vibrate out of your reality and disappear. Stop trying to change people. It is exhausting and it is useless. No one changes because you ask them to. They change when you stop needing them in the old way. If you want to be loved, love yourself. If you want to be valued, value yourself. The mirror has no choice. If you smile, the reflection has to smile. It cannot stay serious if you laugh. It is a physical law. By changing the source, you compel the reflection to follow suit without any external effort. Be the mirror of the shadow what you hate. The quantum mirror has a special function, revealing your shadow. Everything that irritates you, infuriates you, or bothers you viscerally about another person is something that is within you. This is called psychological projection. If arrogant people deeply bother you, it is because you have repressed arrogance, or because you would like to be arrogant, have permission to shine, and you don't dare. If lazy people bother you, it is because you have a tyrannical inner judge who does not allow you to rest, and you secretly envy their freedom. The world shows you your repudiated parts. When you point at someone with one finger, there are 3 fingers pointing at you. Every time you have a strong emotional reaction towards someone, stop. Do not look at the other. Look at yourself. Question: what part of me is resonating with this? Where am I like this, or where do I forbid myself to be like this? The enemy is your greatest teacher. He is showing you exactly where you have pending work. Thank him in silence for revealing your shadow to you and work on yourself. When you heal that within you, the person stops bothering you, or simply, they stop appearing. The messenger leaves when the message is delivered now. 5. Combing the mirror, the madness of materialism. Let's go back to the image from the beginning. Trying to change the world by manipulating matter is combing the mirror. It is the hard way. It is the way of suffering. It is trying to get rich by working 16 hours a day with a poor mindset. You will end up sick and poor. It is trying to be loved by begging for attention. You will end up alone and humiliated. The way of the metaphysician is inspired action. First, you change the frequency, the being. You feel rich. You give thanks for what you have. You feel the abundance. From that vibration, an idea comes to you, an inspiration. Why don't I call such and so person? Why don't I launch this product? You act on that idea, and that action, born of alignment, produces massive results with little effort. That is flowing. The other is forcing. When you force, you are fighting the mirror. The mirror is hard. You will break your hand. Sales, how to hack the reflection, instructions for use. So how do we apply this on any given Tuesday? 1. The mental diet. If reality is what you eat, perceive, stop eating junk. Stop watching news that scares you. Stop talking about your illnesses. Stop hanging out with people who complain. You are protecting your projector today. If you put junk in the projector, junk will come out on the screen. 2. Act as if. Fake it till you make it. Cheat the mirror. The mirror doesn't know if you're really rich or if you're faking it. It only reflects your vibration. If you dress, walk, and talk like a successful person, the mirror begins to get confused. Wait, this guy vibrates like a rich person. I have to send him wealth to match the image. And the universe begins to pull strings to validate your performance. Be the character you want to see reflected. 3. Ignore the how. Focus on the what. Your job is to define what you want to see in the mirror. I want to see myself healthy. The job of the mirror universe is to define how it will do it. A new doctor, a diet book, a spontaneous healing. If you try to control the how, you are interfering in the mechanism. Define the end. Feel the end. Let the mirror organize the means for the manifestation. Fate, the rearview mirror, guilt. Many use the mirror to torture themselves. They look back. If I hadn't done that, if I had studied something else. The rearview mirror is small for a reason. You are not going in that direction. Understand this. The you of the past who made mistakes did so with the level of consciousness they had then. It was another movie. You cannot judge your old movie with your new projector. Guilt is a terrible vibration. Guilt seeks punishment. If you feel guilty, the quantum mirror will say, "Ah, you want punishment? Here is a fine, a stubbed toe, a loss." Forgive yourself. Not for morality, but for pragmatic intelligence. Forgiving yourself is cleaning the projector lens so that tomorrow's movie is not stained by yesterday's. By releasing the past, you free up the energy necessary to project a brilliant future, ensuring that your current vibration is not anchored to the regrets of a version of yourself that no longer exists now. Try to the reality test. From today on, play with the mirror. Do small tests. Wake up tomorrow and say, "Today I am going to project kindness. I am going to imagine that everyone wants to help me." Go out to the street with that certainty. Maintain the internal smile and observe. Observe how traffic flows better today now. How the waiter gives you a free coffee. How someone holds the door for you. They are small glitches in the matrix that confirm to you that the remote control works. When you verify that it works with small things, coffees, traffic lights, smiles, dare with the big ones, money, health, love. The mechanism is the same. Only your resistance to believing it is possible changes. For the mirror, reflecting a button is as easy as reflecting a castle. The effort is the same, 0. By consistently applying these principles, you become a master of your own reflection and a sovereign creator of your life now. Chapter 3. The Language of the Universe, Synchronicities and Signs. The universe is always speaking to us, but it does not use words. It speaks in the language of the event, of the number, of the fortuitous encounter, and of the symbol. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be the one who cannot read or write, but the one who cannot interpret the signs that life places on their path. You are thinking of an old friend you haven't seen in years. Suddenly the phone rings, it's him. You are hesitating whether to accept a new job. You go out to the street and see a giant truck with the company logo. Then you turn on the radio and the song says, "Go for it." You look at the clock, 11:11, it's happening today now. Are you going crazy? Is it a conspiracy? Or is the fabric of reality much more intelligent and communicative than you have been taught? Welcome to the language of the universe. Most people walk through life as if they were in a dark and silent room, stumbling over furniture. The metaphysician knows the room is lit right now. The universe is not a mute and distant entity. It is a living, conscious and conversational system. The problem is that you expect it to speak in your native language. You expect a voice of thunder to descend from the sky and say, "Accept the job. It will go well." That almost never happens. It speaks in symbols today now. In this chapter, we are going to teach you the grammar of this sacred language so that you stop walking blindly and start having a fluid dialogue with your destiny. By learning these codes, you align your personal will with the cosmic flow, transforming every coincidence into a roadmap for your higher evolution now. What is a synchronicity? Carl Jung and the Scarab. The term synchronicity was coined by Carl Jung to describe a meaningful coincidence. It is when an internal event, a thought, a dream, an emotion, coincides with an external event without an apparent logical cause, but with deep meaning for the person. It is a bridge between the mind and the world today now. The classic story is this. Jung was treating a very rational, rigid and difficult patient. One day she was telling him a dream in which she was given a gold scarab. Just at that moment, Jung heard a soft tap on the office window. He got up, opened the window and caught an insect that had just hit the glass right now. It was a Cetonia aurata beetle, the closest thing to a gold scarab found in those latitudes. Jung threw the beetle to the woman and said, "Here is your scarab." That event broke her rational rigidity. Her logical mind collapsed and she could begin her healing. That is a synchronicity. It is a wink from the universe now. It is the matrix telling you, "I am listening to you. We are connected. You are not alone." Synchronicities usually occur in moments of change, crisis, or spiritual awakening. They are confirmations that you are in the flow. When your vibration rises, synchronicities increase. When you are disconnected, they disappear today now. As repeated numbers, the binary code of God. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. 1111, 222, 353, 444. Why do so many people see these numbers constantly? Is it just suggestion? In sacred numerology and metaphysics, numbers are vibrations. Seeing repeated numbers is like seeing a glitch in the matrix or a sign of alignment in your life today now. 1111, the awakening. It is the activation code. It means an energetic portal is open. Your thoughts are manifesting at great speed. It is a reminder. Wake up. Pay attention to what you are thinking right now. 222, balance. Everything is fine. Keep planting seeds, have patience, trust the process now. 33, the masters. You are not alone. Your higher self or guides are with you. It is a number of protection. 444, foundations. You are building something solid. It is a sign of support. 555, change. A sudden change is approaching. Prepare. It is transformation. 666, matter. You are too focused on the material now. 777, luck, magic. You are on a streak. You are aligned with your divine purpose. Do not obsess over dictionaries of meanings. The important thing is the feeling. When you see an 1111, do you feel a small shiver or a sense of magic? That feeling is the real signal. The number is just the trigger today now. Threat? The divine radio, the Spotify oracle. The universe can hack technology to speak to you. Have you ever asked a question to the air and, upon turning on the radio or putting your playlist on shuffle, the next song answers exactly? That is not a coincidence. Remember, your device responds to electromagnetic impulses. Your mind and the field are the same today now. It is extremely easy for universal intelligence to manipulate the shuffle algorithm to put track 42 instead of 15. Practical exercise. Ask a clear question. Universe, should I call this person? Hit shuffle on your music. Listen to the first phrase of the song. Sometimes the answer is literal or metaphorical now. Learn to trust this sacred technology. The ancients used bones or tarot cards. We have Spotify. The mechanism is the same. Chance does not exist. It is consciousness ordering chaos to give a message. By using modern tools as oracles, you allow the divine to reach you through the very channels you use every day now. Favorite totem animals, messengers of nature. Nature is the direct physical manifestation of God. Animals have no ego. They are permanently connected to the source. This makes them excellent messengers. If in the middle of the city you see a hawk perched on your balcony, that is not normal. It is a sign. Pay attention to animals crossing your path today now. Butterfly deep transformation. You are changing from a caterpillar to something with wings. Snake, healing, kundalini, rebirth. Do not be afraid. Spider, creativity. You are weaving your destiny. Patience. Bird, ravens, hawks. Messages from the spiritual world. Higher vision. Look from above now. Dog, cat. If a stray animal approaches you insistently, it is bringing you love or protection. When it happens, do not dismiss it. Ask yourself, what was I thinking exactly when the animal appeared? What is its medicine? If you are obsessed with details and an eagle appears, the signal is elevate and look at the whole now. Listening to strangers, drunken angels. Sometimes the universe uses people as temporary puppets to deliver a message to you. You are on the bus, worried about money. Two people behind you are talking. Suddenly, one says clearly, "Don't worry, the money always arrives at the end." He is telling his friend, but he is telling you. You feel the impact now. That is a sign. The universe is very efficient. It will not descend an angel with wings if it can use a drunk on the corner or a lady in the supermarket line to tell you the exact phrase you need to hear. Keep your ears open. When you are in receiver mode, everyone is a potential oracle for your path today now. Fragments of conversations, billboards, graffiti on the wall. If a phrase jumps at your sight or hearing and resonates emotionally, pick it up. It is for you. By remaining alert to the casual words of the world, you realize that the divine is constantly whispering guidance through the voices of everyone around you now. As physical symptoms, the body does not lie. Your body is the most sensitive antenna you possess. The body receives the signal before the brain. We call this somatic intuition. The contraction. You are facing a decision. You feel a knot in your stomach. Your shoulders close. Signal. No. Danger. Do not go that way, even if it seems like a good idea today now. The expansion. You feel lightness, you feel heat in your chest, you feel excitement or a pleasant tingling. Signal, yes, green light. Go ahead. Sometimes the universe stops you physically. You are about to go on a trip that does not suit you and you get a sudden fever. Or you sprain your ankle before a date now. The ego says, damn it, what bad luck. The spirit says, thank you for stopping me. You saved me from something I couldn't see. If everything is blocked, you get sick, you lose your keys. Stop. Do not force. The universe is putting up a red light to protect you or redirect you. Trust the physical wisdom of your temple now. Serse, the rule of 3, confirmation. How to distinguish a real signal from your own obsession. The ego is obsessive and seeks what it wants to see. The golden rule is the rule of 3. The first time, it's an event. The second time, it's a coincidence. The third time, it's a sign. A stranger recommends the same book you heard about twice today now. If the universe wants you to see something, it will put it in your face repeatedly. It will be insistent. If you see the same name, place, or concept 3 times in a short period from unrelated sources, pay attention. It is a cosmic order. Ignoring it usually leads to regret. I knew I should have done that. Now. Yes, you knew. They told you 3 times. By following the rule of 3, you filter out the noise of your own desires and ensure that you are moving in harmony with a genuine directive from the field, allowing you to act with the absolute certainty that you are being guided by a wisdom far greater than your own today. Fate, how to ask for a sign, the protocol. You do not have to wait passively, you can ask. But there is a correct way to do it. Do not ask from desperation. That generates static. Ask from curiosity and play. The purple elephant exercise. If you want to prove this works, do this today. Close your eyes. Ask for a clear sign that you're being heard right now. Say, Cornaud, universe, show me a clear sign in the next 48 hours. Show me a purple elephant or a blue butterfly, something specific. Let go. Forget it. Do not go out looking for it like a madman. I guarantee you will see it. Perhaps on a child's shirt, an ad, or a sticker. When you see it, you will feel a shock today now. That shock is the neural reconnection. Your brain just understood that reality responds. Once you receive the small signal, you can ask for big things. Universe, if this job is for me, let them call me before Friday. If not, I'll let it go. Putting clear conditions is very useful. The universe loves clarity now. Just in discernment, do not become paranoid. An important warning. There is a thin line between magical awareness and paranoia, apophenia. Not everything is a sign. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. If you obsess over every plate, cloud, and word the waiter says, you will go crazy and become paralyzed. I can't leave because I saw a grey cloud. That is fear now. How to differentiate? The true sign comes with peace and clarity. It feels like an aha, it is light. Paranoia comes with anxiety and confusion. It feels heavy and urgent. If you have to force the meaning, well, I saw a blackbird, which looks like an eagle, then it is not a sign today in your life now. Real signs hit you. They are obvious. They do not require forensic analysis. If you doubt, it is not a sign. The real sign is unmistakable. By maintaining a grounded and observant mind, you learn to distinguish the profound whispers of the universe from the chaotic chatter of your own fearful imagination right now. Hex the breadcrumbs, step-by-step navigation. The universe rarely gives you the full map. You want to see the whole path from point A to Z. The universe does not work that way. It works like a GPS in the fog. You can only see the next 10 meters. The universe gives you breadcrumbs. It gives you a sign for step 1, call John. You call John today now. Then, and only then, the sign for step 2 appears. John invites you to a party. You go. Step 3. You meet Anna. Step 4. Anna offers you the business of your life. If you had asked to see step 4 from the start, you wouldn't have understood. Your job is to trust the breadcrumb in front of you now. Follow the immediate clue. Do what excites you today. Trust that this small signal will lead you to the next and the next until you reach the destination. This is called living in the miracle zone. By focusing only on the current step, you eliminate the anxiety of the future and move with perfect flow now. Same when the sign is wait or no. Sometimes we ask for signs to confirm what our ego wants. You want to go back to your toxic ex. You ask for a sign, nothing happens. Silence. Or you see danger signs. But your ego manipulates reality. Ah, I didn't see a danger sign, that means everything is fine. Do not deceive yourself today now. Silence is also an answer. If you ask and nothing happens, the answer is not yet, or it is not necessary for you to know now. If you find constant obstacles, the door won't open, the email bounces, the sign is a giant neon no. We call this divine redirection. It is protecting you right now today. An obstacle is not something that prevents you from reaching your destination. It is something that prevents you from falling off a cliff. Appreciate the closed door as much as the open one. That closed door is protecting you. By accepting the no of the universe, you save yourself from unnecessary suffering now. Chapter 4. The Invisible Plot, the Red Thread of Fate. An invisible red thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, or circumstances. The thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. Eastern legend. Look around you. You see people. You see the bus driver. You see your boss. You see your partner. You see that stranger who crossed your path today. Your physical eyes tell you that you are separate islands, independent bodies moving through space in a random way. Your physical eyes lie to you. If you could see with spiritual vision or energetic X-ray vision, what you would see would take your breath away. You would see that there are no empty spaces between people right now today. You would see a luminous, intricate, and perfect network of threads connecting heart to heart, plexus to plexus. You would see that the stranger who smiled at you today did not do it by chance. They did it because an invisible thread vibrated and forced them to look at you to give you a microdose of hope that you needed in your life now. You would see that the person who broke your heart 5 years ago was not a random villain. They were an actor hired by your own soul to teach you to love yourself. Welcome to the Invisible Plot. In this chapter, we are going to discover the social engineering of fate. We will understand that your contact list is a map of sacred coordinates now. No one enters your life without an invitation. No one leaves without having delivered their message. Every encounter, however brief, is a cosmic appointment. By recognizing these invisible connections, you begin to navigate your relationships with a sense of purpose and gratitude, knowing that every person is a mirror of your own journey now. Indra's net, we are nodes. In ancient Vedic philosophy, there exists the metaphor of Indra's net. Imagine an infinite silk net that extends in all directions. In each intersection of the threads, there is a brilliant pearl. Each pearl reflects the light of all the other pearls in the net. If you touch one pearl, all the others vibrate in this world today now. You are one of those pearls. You are not an isolated entity fighting against the world. You are a node in a network of consciousness. This explains why sometimes you think of someone and that person calls you. It is not magic telepathy, it is network physics. You are connected by a filament of the plot in your life right now, today, now. When you move, think, feel, you send an impulse through the thread that reaches the other end. Understanding this eliminates existential loneliness. You have never been alone. It is impossible to be alone. Even if you are on a deserted island, you are energetically connected to the totality of the human species in this world right now. Your thoughts affect the collective, and the collective affects you. This network is intelligent. It constantly reorganizes itself to bring you the people you need for your next level of evolution. Sometimes the net brings you a teacher. Sometimes it brings you a lover. Sometimes it brings you an executioner today in your life now. But the net is never wrong in the delivery. By trusting the interconnectedness of all beings, you release the fear of being lost or forgotten, recognizing that you are an essential part of a vast living tapestry that supports and guides your every step toward your ultimate realization and the fulfillment of your divine purpose now. Sutu, the soul contract before birth. Here we enter deep ground. Metaphysics suggests that before incarnating in this physical body, your soul made contracts. Imagine it as a planning meeting before a play. You said, "In this life, I want to learn about forgiveness. Another soul, a spiritual friend, raised their hand and said, "I will help you in your life today now. I will go down to earth and betray you. I will do something terrible to you so that you have the opportunity to learn what real forgiveness is." You said, "Thank you. It will be difficult, but we will do it." And then you both were born, forgot the agreement, the veil of oblivion, and met in physical life today in your world now. That person betrays you. You suffer, you hate them, but at a soul level they are fulfilling their promise. They are playing the role of villain so that you can play the role of hero who forgives. This radically changes your vision of resentment. That absent father, that scamming partner, that toxic ex-partner today in your life now. What if they are not your enemies? What if they are your spiritual trainers? A weight trainer puts resistance on you, makes you sweat, makes your muscles ache. If you didn't know it was training, you would think the trainer hates you. They are putting weight on me to crush me. No, they put weight on you to strengthen you now. Difficult relationships are the gym of the soul. If you look back, you will see that your greatest leaps in growth came after your greatest relational pains. That person pushed you off the cliff so that you were forced to grow wings. Honor their role. And then, if necessary, let them go. You are free from the drama right now, today now. Through to the red thread, the legend. In Asia, there is the legend of the red thread of fate, Unmei no Akai Ito. They say the gods tie an invisible red thread to the little finger of those who are destined to meet. This thread is not limited to romantic partners, soulmates, although that is its most common use. It applies to anyone crucial to your story today now. The thread has magical properties. It is elastic. It can stretch to infinity. You can be on another continent, but it does not break. It is timeless. It can take 20 years to find that person, but the meeting will occur. It is inevitable. No matter how much you run or hide, the thread will pull you toward the meeting now. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant familiarity? That feeling of, it's you, finally you arrived. There is no discomfort, no need to pretend. It is like putting on old and comfortable sneakers. That is the red thread tightening. It is the recognition that that person was already in your system before you saw them today. These people are the pillars of your life. Sometimes they stay forever. Sometimes they stay for a month. The duration of the contract does not determine the importance of the encounter. Sometimes someone enters your life just to say a phrase that changes your course and then disappears. That brief encounter was tied by the thread now. It was tied by the red thread as much as a 50-year marriage. By acknowledging the power of these predestined connections, you allow yourself to be guided by the pull of the thread, moving toward the people and experiences that are essential for your soul's journey and the manifestation of your highest potential in this lifetime now. Fractal encounters, the repetitive pattern. Sometimes the invisible plot seems like a scratched record. Why do I always attract alcoholic men? Why do I always have tyrant bosses? Why do my friends always envy me? If the universe sends you the same type of person over and over again, with different faces and names, it is not bad luck today in your life now. It is a fractal pattern. The universe is a very strict pedagogical school. If you do not learn the lesson, geometry, they make you repeat the course. They change the teacher for you, they change the classroom for you, but the syllabus is the same. If you didn't learn to set boundaries with your father, the universe will send you a boss now. The universe will send you a boss who abuses you. If you don't learn to set boundaries with the boss, it will send you a partner who abuses you. The intensity will rise until you say, enough. In the moment you learn the lesson, you set the boundary, you value yourself, you let go of dependence. The pattern breaks in your mind now. The invisible plot reorganizes itself. That type of person stops appearing in your reality because they no longer have a function. The contract has expired. If you are living a painful, repetitive pattern, do not blame the people. They are just actors. Ask yourself, what is it that I refuse to learn today in this world right now? What is it that forces the universe to send me this severe teacher over and over again? By taking responsibility for the recurring themes in your relationships, you dismantle the energetic magnet that attracts the same lessons, allowing the plot to move forward into new territory and more harmonious connections in your path now. V6 degrees of separation, the logistics of God. There is a sociological theory that says that any person on the planet is connected to any other person through no more than 5 intermediaries, 6 jumps. You are 6 people away from the President of the United States, from a rock star, or from your soulmate in Japan. The invisible plot uses these nodes to move resources now. Imagine you make a wish. I want to dedicate myself to painting. But you work in a bank and don't know anyone in art. The universe activates the network. 1. You meet a new client at the bank. 2. That client has a sister. 3. That sister goes to a yoga class. 4. In the yoga class is the owner of an art gallery today in your life now. The universe has to move the pieces so that you talk to the client, he invites you to a party, you meet the sister, and you end up reaching the gallery owner. Sometimes coincidences are complex logistical maneuvers. You miss the bus, you get angry. But by missing the bus, you have to wait 20 minutes today in your world now. In those 20 minutes, the person who has the key to your next level enters the bus stop. If you had caught the bus on time, you would never have met them. What you call bad luck, missing the bus, was a course correction of the invisible plot to align you with a crucial node. That's why when plans go wrong, relax today now. Say, the universe is recalculating the route. Something better or necessary awaits me. Trust the logistics of God. He has a more complete map than yours. By letting go of the need to control the how, you allow the divine architect to arrange the most perfect and surprising pathways to the fulfillment of your deepest desires now. Thaise, your soul tribe, the chosen family. Not everyone in the network has the same resonance with you. There is a select group of souls who vibrate at your exact same frequency. We call them your soul tribe or soul family. They are not usually your biological family, although they can be. They are those people who speak your language without words in this world now. With them, you don't have to explain yourself. They understand your jokes, they understand your pain, they understand your madness. Being with them recharges your energy instead of draining you. Finding your tribe is essential for awakening. A coal ember, if you take it out of the fire and put it alone, goes out today in your life now. If you put it next to other burning embers, it burns with strength. You are the ember. If you are surrounded by people who vibrate low, complaints, fear, materialism, you will go out. It is a physical law. You need to look for your tribe. How? By emitting your true signal. Chapter 1. Be authentic to attract them right now today. If you like metaphysics, say it. If you like art, do it. By being authentic, you turn on your light, and your tribe will see you from afar and approach. Falsehood repels your tribe. If you pretend to be who you are not to fit in with normal people, your tribe will not be able to find you because you have the costume on now. Be weird. Be you. And the weird ones like you will appear. By radiating your unique frequency without apology, you act as a beacon that draws your soul family out of the crowd, creating a powerful circle of support and shared vision that accelerates your individual and collective evolution in this physical reality today now. 7th, cutting ties versus untying knots. In modern spirituality, there is much talk of cutting ties with toxic people, visualizing scissors and cutting the energetic cord. Sometimes it is necessary, but there is a nuance. If you cut a tie with rage, you have not cut it. Hate is a tie as strong as love. If you hate your ex, you are still tied to them now. You keep giving them your energy. The invisible plot remains tense. True liberation is not cutting, it is untying. Untying means understanding, forgiving, and letting go. It means looking at that person and saying, I understand the role you played. Thank you for the lesson. I free you from the obligation to hurt me now. And I free myself from the obligation to suffer for you. The contract has ended. When you do this from a real neutrality, the thread dissolves. The person disappears from your life, or stays, but stops affecting you. They become irrelevant. You become transparent to them. As long as there is strong reaction, there is karma today. When there is compassionate indifference, detachment, the karma is resolved. By untying the energetic knots of the past, you reclaim the power and attention you once lost to conflict, allowing your soul to move into the future with a lightness and peace that can only come from complete and total forgiveness of all now. First, the mirror effect in relationships, the law of projection. We already saw the mirror in Chapter 2, but in relationships is where it hurts the most. The invisible plot works as a system of mirrors. If you are deeply insecure, the plot will connect you with someone jealous. Why? Because his jealousy reflects your insecurity. They are two sides of the same coin, fear today now. If you are a savior, you want to fix people, the plot will connect you with victims and broken people. You fit like key and lock. But that relationship will be painful. To break the dynamic, one of the two must change their shape. If you stop being a savior and focus on yourself, the victim will have two options now. Mature and stop being a victim. 2. Go find another savior who wants to play their game. Either way, you are free. No one can play a game with you if you refuse to move a piece, to change the people around you. Do not try to change them. Change your role in the play, change your frequency in this world right now. By shifting your own internal state, you fundamentally alter the energetic resonance of your interactions, forcing the invisible plot to either upgrade your existing relationships or dissolve them in favor of new connections that reflect your transformed self and your higher level of consciousness in the world today now. Thus, activating magnetism. How to attract love partners. Many ask, if the red thread exists, why am I still alone? Where is my partner? The thread exists, but you can have it tangled or untensioned. You are blocking the meeting. How? By looking from lack. If you scream, I need someone, you emit a vibration of I don't have. The plot responds now. The plot responds by giving you more loneliness, occupying the space. If your life is full of people who don't fill you, there is no space for new people to enter. The universe abhors a vacuum, but if the glass is full of dirty water, it cannot pour wine. You have to empty first. Let go of lukewarm relationships now. Let go of lukewarm relations to leave space for hot relations. Being the wrong person. We want to attract a king or a queen, but we behave like beggars. The law of resonance is clear. Like attracts like. If you want a stable partner, become a stable person, or at least vibrate in it. You are the source today now. Do not look for the right person. Be the right person. And the thread will tighten automatically. By embodying the qualities you seek in another, you turn yourself into a powerful magnet that draws your destined counterpart toward you across time and space, ensuring an encounter that is as effortless as it is divine right now. Chapter 5. The Self-Fulfilling Prophecy. The Power of the Decree. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Nothing that has been made was made without him. John 1:1. Abracadabra. Ancient Aramaic phrase meaning, I create as I speak. Did you know that every time you open your mouth you are casting a spell in your life today now? You probably laugh. You think words are just air, sounds we use to describe what we see or to order a coffee. You are wrong. Words do not describe reality. Words generate reality. They are containers of energy. They are programming codes that you insert directly into the matrix of your life in this world right now. Most human beings are unconscious black magicians. They spend the day cursing themselves. I am a mess. I am broke. I always get sick in winter. Nobody loves me. And then, when reality faithfully obeys their orders and brings them disaster, ruin, illness, and loneliness, they say, see, I was right today now. You were not right. You had a prophecy, and you fulfilled it. Welcome to the power of the decree. In this chapter, we are going to audit your language. We are going to discover that your mouth is the rudder of your ship. If your ship is heading toward the rocks, it is because you, the captain, are shouting orders right now. It's time to learn the language of creation. It's time to stop talking about your problems and start talking to your problems. By changing your vocabulary, you change the direction of your life, steering your ship away from the storms and toward the calm waters of manifestation and success in this world today now. The physics of sound, cymatics. Before entering the mystical, let's look at science. There is a field of study called cymatics. If you place sand on a metal plate and vibrate the plate with sound, the sand magically organizes itself into perfect geometric patterns. If you change the sound, the frequency, The sound pattern changes instantly today now. Sound moves matter. Sound organizes form. Your body is 70% water. Water is highly programmable by vibration, as Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated. When you say a word, that vibration travels through your body, water, and through the air, field. If you say hate, the molecular structure of your body reacts with chaos right now. If you say love or gratitude, the structure harmonizes dopamine, oxytocin. But it goes beyond your body. Your words are waves that leave you and travel toward the invisible plot, Chapter 4. They are instructions. The universe is a quantum soup of possibilities. It is waiting for an order to collapse into a fact today. Your word is that order. God said, "Let there be light," and light was made. You are made in the image and likeness of the Creator. Your word has the same power, only on a different scale and with a time delay, due to the density of matter. But the mechanism is identical: declaration, manifestation in your life now. Here's the master code: I am. The two most powerful words in the universe in any language are I am or I exist. Why? Because I am is an invocation of identity. It is the name of God. I am that I am. When you say I am, you are putting the label of divinity on what comes next. You are merging your essence with a quality today now. The universe takes everything you say after I am as an absolute and literal order. If you say I am clumsy, the universe says, heard, granted. Let his keys drop. Let him trip. Let his file be deleted. He has decreed clumsiness. If you say I am poor, the universe says done. Let's block that business opportunity now. If you say I am tired, you are decreeing fatigue. Your cells obey and lower the energy. Observe how people talk. I'm fed up. I'm a mess with women. I'm old. They are using the name of God in vain. They are using the creative power to destroy their own temple. From today on, you are forbidden to use I am negatively now, even if it is true at the moment. If you are sick, do not say I am sick. Say I am going through a healing process. Disconnect yourself from the identity. Use I am only for what you want to be. I am health. I am abundance. I am magnetic. Even if it feels ridiculous at first, you are reprogramming the matrix today. That is it. The subconscious is a literal genius. Your subconscious mind is the engine that creates your reality. It is millions of times more powerful than your conscious mind. But the subconscious has a curious characteristic. It has no sense of humor and does not judge. It is like the genie of Aladdin's lamp. Its only response is, "Your wishes are my command now." If you say jokingly, "I want to die, how embarrassing," the subconscious does not know it's a joke. It records death wish, lowering immune system, increasing risky behaviors. If you say, "This job gives me a headache," the subconscious says, "Understood," generating migraine every time he enters the office right now. You have to treat your subconscious like a 5-year-old child with superpowers. You have to be impeccable with your instructions. You cannot afford the luxury of speaking ill of yourself, even as a joke. Self-deprecating sarcasm, "How stupid I am, haha," is pure poison. Erase those phrases from your vocabulary today now. Speak to yourself as you would speak to a king or a god, with respect, with greatness, and with clear intention. By honoring your internal dialogue, you shape a powerful and focused subconscious that works tirelessly to manifest your highest aspirations and your most noble dreams in this world right now today. Black magic, the complaint. The most common form of negative self-fulfilling prophecy is the complaint. What is a complaint? It is a statement that you do not like something, charged with negative emotion. Metaphysically, the complaint is an anchor. When you complain about your current situation, you are affirming and solidifying it today now. You are saying to the universe, "Look at this. This is what is real. Give me more of this." What you focus on expands. By complaining, you focus on the problem. Therefore, you expand the problem. There are people who are addicted to complaining. They meet in groups to complain about politics, the weather, or bosses right now. They are covens of unconscious black magic. They are using their collective energy to perpetuate exactly the situations they say they hate. If you want to change your life, do a fast of complaints. Try this. 7 days without a single verbal complaint. If something hurts, take a pill, but do not tell 10 people today now. If the weather is bad, take an umbrella, but do not say, "What disgusting rain." If you manage to do this, you will see miracles. Your energy, which previously leaked through the wound of the complaint, now accumulates and begins to manifest solutions. The complaint ties you to the victim. The decree elevates you to the creator now. The silent dialogue, your roommate. Not only does what you say out loud matter, what you say to yourself in silence matters. You have a roommate in your head who never shuts up. That internal dialogue is a continuous prayer. If you are smiling at someone, but inside you think, "I don't trust him," the universe hears the thought, not the smile today now. Thought is the electrical signal. Emotion is the magnetic signal. Your internal dialogue is usually a recording of your parents or society. You are not enough. You are going to make a mistake. Who do you think you are? You have to interrupt that recording. You must become a tyrant against your own negative thoughts now. When you hear an internal voice saying, "You won't be able to pay for it," shout internally, "Cancelled," and immediately replace it with, "Money flows to me in unexpected ways. I am prosperity." At first it is exhausting. You have to be vigilant like a security guard. But over time, the roommate learns today now. You change the recording, and when your internal dialogue becomes your ally, "You can do it, you are great, everything will turn out well," then you are unstoppable. You become a beacon of confidence and success, radiating a frequency that naturally attracts the people and circumstances needed to reach your highest potential right now. For the physiology of the lie, fake it till you believe it. Here we reach the main resistance. You say, "But if I say I am rich when I have zero in my account, I feel like a liar. I feel ridiculous." It is normal. Your rational mind compares the decree with the current reality and sees a discrepancy. It calls that discrepancy a lie. The metaphysician calls it prophecy now. An architect looks at an empty lot full of trash and says, "Here there will be a 20-story building." Is he lying? In the physical present, yes, there is no building. But in his mind, the building is already real. And because he holds that lie, vision, the building ends up existing. You are the architect of your life today now. Your decrees are not reports of the current weather. They are forecasts of the future weather that you are creating. You must learn to feel comfortable with the temporary lie. Neville Goddard called it the assumption. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Speak as the person who has already achieved what you want right now. How does a rich person talk? Do they complain about the price of coffee? No. How does a loved person talk? Do they talk with jealousy and fear? No. They talk with security. Adopt the language of your future self. At first it is a performance, then it becomes a habit. Finally it becomes reality in your world today now. 7. Vocabulary audit, forbidden words. There are words that act like viruses in your operating system. It weakens your manifestation. Eliminate them today. Try, attempt. I'm going to try to do it. Try means go toward it, but fail. Yoda was right. Do or do not, there is no try. When you say you will try to be on time, you prepare the excuse now. Say, "I will be there. I will do it." I need money. I need love. Needing vibrates in lack. The universe responds, "Are you need? Well, keep needing. I will give you more need." Change. Need for I choose or I have. I choose to have money. Or better yet, thank in advance, "Thank you for the money coming now." Hope. I wish. I hope it turns out well. Hoping implies doubt. It implies that you are not in control. It puts power outside. Say, "I trust," or "I know." I know it will turn out well. But, I love you, but. The but erases everything you said before. It is a negator. Replace it with and. It opens possibilities today, little by little. I'm getting out little by little. It is a decree of slowness. You are asking the universe to put on brakes. Say, step by step, steady progress, or in a quantum way, fast progress. By refining your speech, you remove the hidden obstacles to your success and accelerate the arrival of your desires now. Wait, the time delay, the safety cushion. Imagine if every word you said manifested instantly. You say, I am starving. Boom, dead. You say, I want to kill myself for what I did. Boom, dead. You say, I wish an elephant would appear here. Boom, house destroyed. It would be chaos. You wouldn't survive a single day. Fortunately, we live in a dimension with time now. Time acts as a buffer. Your words are seeds. They take time to germinate. This is a safety measure. It gives you time to repent and cancel the order. If you have a negative thought, this is going to turn out badly. Do not be afraid. It does not manifest instantly. You have room for maneuver right now, today now. If you immediately correct it, no, cancelled, it will turn out well. You have dug up the weed seed before it takes root. But if you repeat the negative decree day after day, you water it. And then, yes, the monster grows. Persistence is the key. A single positive decree does not fix a life, just as one salad doesn't work now. It is the constant mental diet that changes your body and your life. By being mindful of your long-term verbal patterns, you ensure that you are only planting seeds of success, joy, and abundance, which will eventually grow into a magnificent reality that reflects the highest intentions of your conscious spirit today now. 9. The ritual of the decree, how to do it right. To use the self-fulfilling prophecy consciously, follow this protocol. Present state. The decree must be in the present. Not, I will be rich. That is future, and the future never arrives. Say, I am rich, or I am in the process of getting rich. Positive. The subconscious does not understand no today now. If you say, I don't want to be fat, the subconscious hears, I want nay fat, and it makes you hungry. Say, I have a healthy weight. Focus on what you want, not what you want to avoid. Emotion. The word is the code, the emotion is the send signal. Repeating like a parrot is useless. You have to feel it now. If you say, I am happy with a bitter face, it doesn't work. You have to generate the emotion of happiness first, and then release the word on that emotional wave. Gratitude. The most powerful decree is thankfulness, because it implies you have already received. Thank you, universe, for this new job right now, today now. This is pure faith. It is the signing of the contract. By combining the right words with deep, authentic emotion and heartfelt gratitude, you activate the creative forces of the cosmos, ensuring that your declarations are transformed into the tangible reality of your daily life with grace and absolute certainty in this world now. Chapter 6. The Collapse of Time, Quantum Leaps. Time is an illusion, lunchtime doubly so. Douglas Adams. You don't need 10 years to achieve what you want. You need a second of complete internal transformation, and time will bend to accommodate your new reality. You have been lied to about time. Since school, you have been taught that life is linear today now. First A, then B, then C. They have told you, study, work hard, save bit by bit, climb the ladder step by step, and perhaps when you are 65 years old, you will be able to enjoy life. It is the escalator model. Slow, predictable, safe, and incredibly boring. It is the Newtonian model. Slow cause and effect, right now, today. But then you see people who break the rules. You see a 20-year-old create $1 million company in 6 months. You see someone heal from an incurable disease in a week. You see someone find the love of their life on a Tuesday, get married on Saturday, and be happy forever. What happened there? Did they cheat now? No. They have used a higher law of physics. They have stopped using the stairs and have taken the elevator. They have performed a quantum leap. Welcome to the collapse of time. In this chapter, you are going to learn that time is not a rigid prison. It is an elastic material. You can stretch it or you can contract it today now. If you understand how vibration works, you can save yourself 10 years of effort and compress them into 6 months of intensity. Are you willing to stop waiting and start jumping? By mastering the art of the quantum leap, you bypass the limitations of the physical world and step into a reality where your desires manifest now. Because time is a coordinate, not a clock. Einstein taught us that time is relative. If you put your hand on a hot stove, a minute seems like an hour. If you are with the person you love, an hour seems like a minute. Time depends on the observer. In metaphysics, we go one step further. Time is not something that passes. Time is a location coordinate right now today. Imagine that all versions of your life already exist right now, like rooms in an infinite hotel. In room 101, you are poor. In room 505, you are a millionaire. In room 808, you are sick. All those rooms exist simultaneously in the hotel of the universe, the eternal present. What you call time is simply your awareness moving now. It is simply your consciousness walking down the hallway from room 101 to 505. If you go walking, linear method, it takes 10 years. But if you learn to teleport, quantum method, you can appear in room 505 instantly. Time is not necessary to create. Time is only necessary for your logical mind to accept the change today now. 2. The physics of the quantum leap. In the atom, electrons spin in orbits. For an electron to pass from a low orbit to a high orbit with more energy, it does not travel through the intermediate space. It disappears from orbit A and reappears instantly in orbit B, without passing through the middle. Without time, this is called a quantum leap today now. You can do the same with your life. You do not need to go through the intermediate steps that society imposes on you. Society says intern, assistant, junior, senior, boss. The quantum leap says intern, boss, vibration, boss. How? By increasing your energy. The electron needs an injection of energy now. The electron needs energy to jump. You do too. That energy is not caffeine, it is emotional intensity and certainty of identity. If you are able to raise your vibration to the level of your desire and sustain it, reality collapses. The universe is forced to move you to the new timeline. It does so through accelerated coincidences now. You get fired, collapse of the old, and the next day you meet the investor of your life, appearance of the new. For the external spectator, it seems like a miracle or luck. For you, it is applied quantum mechanics. By holding the frequency of your success, you command the universe to rearrange itself around you right now today. 3. The trap of linearity. The biggest barrier to collapsing time is your logical mind. Your mind is obsessed with the how. I want to earn $1 million. Okay, if I save 100 a month, it will take 800 years. It's impossible. Your mind calculates based on your past and your current resources. But the quantum leap does not use your current resources today now. It uses the resources of the new timeline. When you jump, the how appears. It is like driving in the fog. You only see 10 meters, but if you move forward, you see the next 10. Linear thinking paralyzes you because it wants to see the whole path before taking the first step. Quantum thinking says, I am at the destination now. I am at the destination vibrationally. The path will unfold under my feet as I walk. Stop asking, how long will it take? That question is an affirmation of distance. If you ask, how much longer, you are affirming, I am not there. And the universe responds, correct, you are not. Keep waiting. End the wait now. To collapse time, you have to eliminate the waiting. You have to feel that it is already done. By living in the conviction that your goal is already achieved, you strip away the power of time and force the manifestation to materialize with a speed that defies all conventional logic and expectation in your life today now. Fair living in the end, Neville Goddard. The great mystic Neville Goddard taught the definitive technique for the collapse of time, living in the end. Do not think of your goal as something future. Think from your goal as something present. Example, you want to move to Paris. Thinking of the end, you look at photos of Paris and sigh today now. You wish to be there someday. This creates separation and time. Thinking from the end, you close your eyes and imagine that you are already in Paris. You feel the air of Paris. You smell the croissant. You touch the doorknob of your Parisian apartment. You feel the gratitude of being there. And you look at the world now. When you do this with intensity, you deceive your subconscious and the universe. The universe does not know how to distinguish between what you see with open eyes and what you feel intensely with closed eyes. If your vibration says, I am in Paris, the universe enters cognitive dissonance. It must correct the error today now. System error. Immediate correction. And then the universe moves heaven and earth to take your body to where your mind already is. A job offer appears. a gifted ticket, an opportunity. The bridge of incidents unfolds quickly. You have brought the future to the present. You have collapsed the distance right now, today, now. Whereas intensity versus duration. Here is the technical key. A quantum leap does not depend on how long you visualize, but on the intensity of the visualization. 5 minutes of total immersion where you feel real emotion, cry with joy, and get goosebumps feeling that your desire is real, are worth more than 10 years of lukewarm affirmations today now. It is like boiling water. You can put the water at 90 degrees for a century, and it will not boil. Put it at 100 degrees for 1 minute, and it will boil. You need to reach the emotional boiling point. You need to feel the reality of your desire with such force that when you open your eyes, you are surprised you are still there now. That strangeness, I feel that this is no longer my life, is the sign that the leap has begun. You have killed the old timeline. Now it is only a matter of physical inertia, lag time, for the new one to appear. By prioritizing depth over length, you activate the transformative power of your soul and accelerate your destiny now. Killing waiting mode. Most people live in the waiting room of life. I will be happy when I get married. I will feel safe when I have money. I will rest when I retire. They are postponing their life. They are pushing their happiness toward the horizon. And since the horizon always recedes, they never arrive in their life today now. Living in waiting mode is living in lack. I wait because I don't have. To collapse time, you must start feeling the emotion of the result now. How would you feel if you were already rich, secure, calm? Then feel secure and calm today with €5 in your pocket. This is the difficult part. This is mastery today now. It requires disciplining your emotions so they do not depend on the external. If you manage to feel rich before wealth, wealth runs toward you because it feels attracted to its equal. Time collapses when necessity disappears and is replaced by gratitude. Gratitude is the magnetic signal of I already received it now. Give thanks before having. That is faith, and that accelerates everything. By cultivating an internal state of abundance, you remove the friction that slows down manifestation, allowing your reality to shift with a fluidity and grace that makes the concept of waiting completely obsolete and unnecessary in your existence now. Be a changing identity, the actor. You cannot have a new life with an old personality. To take a quantum leap, you have to change identity. The you who earns €1,000 a month has certain habits, certain fears, and a way of speaking. The you who earns €100,000 a month is a different person. They think differently, they walk differently now. They do not tolerate certain things. You cannot drag the old you into the new reality. It doesn't fit through the door. If you want to jump, you have to die and be reborn. Ask yourself, how would my quantum version, the one that already achieved the dream, act today? Would they get up late? Would they eat junk food now? Would they call that toxic ex? No. Then you stop doing it. Start acting as your future self today. Dress like them, speak like them, make decisions like them. By doing so, you are tuning the radio to the frequency of that future reality. When the tuning is perfect, reality manifests. The leap is a change of character today now. Stop playing the victim and start playing the hero. The stage will change automatically to adapt to the new protagonist. By consistently embodying the identity of your highest self, you rewrite the script of your life and compel the world to provide the corresponding scenery for your new and expanded role right now today. First, the bridge of incidents, the necessary chaos. Warning. When you provoke a collapse of time, things get intense. Do not expect it to be a bed of roses. Often the quantum leap disguises itself as chaos. You ask for financial freedom. The next day you are fired. Your ego screams, "My God, what a disaster, this doesn't work." Your spirit knows better right now today now. Your spirit knows perfect. The job was the dead weight preventing you from starting a business. The universe has pushed you out of the nest. You ask for true love. The next day, your current partner leaves you. Chaos is the restructuring of reality. To build the new skyscraper, you must demolish the old shack today now. Demolition is noisy and dirty. Do not be frightened when your life starts to shake after doing these exercises. It is the sign that it is working. It is the bridge of incidents. It is a series of events, sometimes strange or difficult, that lead you quickly from point A to point B. Do not judge intermediate events now. Keep the vision on the end. Walk over the bridge without looking down. Trust that every tremor and every collapse is a necessary step in the divine engineering that is constructing your magnificent new life, ensuring that you reach your destination with the strength and character forged by the journey itself right now today. Thus exercise remembering the future. Let's hack your brain. Your brain does not distinguish between memory, past, and imagination, future. We are going to create a memory of the future. Sit in silence. Mentally travel 5 years into the future. Imagine you have already achieved everything. You are successful, happy, healthy. Now look back toward today now. Remember how you achieved it. Ah yes, I remember when I listened to that audiobook. I remember that at first I was afraid. But then I took that risky decision. And I met that person, and everything turned out well. Invent the story of your success in the past tense. It was incredible how fast it happened today. It seemed difficult, but in reality it was fluid. Feel the nostalgia of those old times which are your current present. Feel the relief that it already happened and you already won. By doing this, you're giving your brain a map. You're creating an inverse neural route. You will have a strange certainty now. You will know that everything is going to be all right, because you have already remembered it. You will walk with the confidence of one who has seen the end of the movie and knows the hero wins. By anchoring your consciousness in the victory, you make the journey toward it an inevitable and joyful unfolding of truth now. Text impatient patience. How is the desire for speed balanced with patience? With impatient patience, impatient in action. You do not procrastinate. You act today. You seize every opportunity. You go fast. Patient in result. You know the seed is planted, and it is inevitable that it grows. You do not dig it up every 5 minutes today now. You don't dig it up to see if it has roots. Anxiety slows down time. Confidence accelerates time. If you are looking at the clock every minute, the minute lasts an eternity. If you forget the clock and start enjoying yourself, time flies. To collapse time, you have to forget about time. Dive into the flow of your life now. Enjoy the process of becoming your best version. And when you least expect it, you will look up and say, wow, I've already arrived. It was faster than I thought. By living in this state of joyful presence and focused action, you transcend the limitations of the clock and enter the eternal timing of the universe now. Chapter 7. The Guardian of the Threshold, Fear Before Success. Fear is the signal that you are crossing the border of the known. If you are not afraid, you are not going anywhere new. The Guardian is not there to stop you. He is there to ask you, do you really want it? You have done the work right now today. You have tuned your frequency. You have cleaned your mirror. You have read the signs. You have decreed your success. You have even visualized the quantum leap. You feel ready. You are excited. And suddenly, crash. Everything breaks. A paralyzing panic enters you in your life now. You get sick the day before the interview. Your car breaks down on the way to the appointment. Your computer deletes your project file. A voice in your head starts shouting, "You are a fraud. You are going to make a fool of yourself. Stop now." Many people, at this exact point, throw in the towel today now. They say, "I knew it. This is not for me. It is a sign from the universe that I should not do it." Error, it is not a stop sign. It is the definitive advance sign. You have encountered the guardian of the threshold in your world right now. He is the last line of defense of your old identity. He is the Cerberus barking at the gates of hell so you don't leave, or the dragon guarding the treasure so you don't enter. If you flee now, you will validate your smallness today now. If you cross now, even if you are trembling, you will become a legend. Welcome to the final test. In this chapter, we are going to dissect fear. We are going to understand why your mind and environment rebel just when you are about to win, and how to use that terror as fuel to cross the door now. The biology of resistance, homeostasis. Let's start with science. Your body does not want you to be successful. Your body wants you to survive. And for your reptilian brain, survival, the known. Any change, even if it is positive, is registered by the primitive brain as a threat in this world today now. Why? Because it is unknown. And in prehistory, the unknown usually meant death. There is a biological mechanism called homeostasis. It is like the thermostat of an air conditioner. If the thermostat is set at 20 degrees and the temperature rises to 25, the machine cools the room to return it to 20 now. Your life has an internal thermostat. Let's say your financial thermostat is set to survive month to month. Suddenly, you start to apply what this book says. You make a quantum leap. You earn extra money. The temperature rises to abundance right now today. Red alarm in the system. Your internal thermostat says, danger. We are outside the safe zone of known poverty. We must lower the temperature. And then you self-sabotage. You spend the money on something stupid. You lose your wallet. You get a fine in your life now. You do something unconscious to return to your base level. The guardian of the threshold is, in large part, your own biology trying to maintain homeostasis. Knowing this is liberating. That fear you feel is not a premonition of disaster. It is just your thermostat trying to recalibrate today now. To the terror barrier, Bob Proctor. The great master Bob Proctor explained this phenomenon as the terror barrier. There are 4 phases in change. 1. Bondage. You are in your comfort zone. You have type X thoughts and type X results. You are comfortable but unsatisfied right now today. 2. Reason. You have a new idea, type Y. At first, idea Y is only in your conscious mind. It's fun. There is no fear. 3. Conflict. You start to internalize idea Y. It clashes with your old type X programming in the subconscious. This creates a chaotic vibration. XY now. That vibratory chaos feels like fear, doubt, and anxiety. You have hit the terror barrier. 4. Freedom. Here is where everything is decided. Most people, upon feeling the terror, bounce backward. They return to the security of bondage. The fear disappears, but the soul dies a little today now. The brave person crosses the terror barrier. They act despite the fear. By crossing, you enter a new world. Idea Y becomes your new comfort zone. If you feel terror right now, congratulations. It means you are in phase 3. You are hitting the wall in your life now. Terror is the sign that you are about to break the sound barrier. The plane shakes violently just before breaking the sound barrier. If the pilot brakes, the plane becomes unstable. If he accelerates, he enters supersonic silence. Accelerate right now, today, now. 3. The upper limit problem, Gay Hendricks. Have you ever noticed that when things are going too well, you get nervous? You have an incredible streak at work, and suddenly you cause an absurd fight with your partner. You are healthy and happy, and suddenly you eat a whole pizza, knowing it will make you feel bad right now today. Gay Hendricks calls this the upper limit problem. We all have an internal limit of how much happiness, money, and love we believe we deserve. It is our glass ceiling. When you exceed that ceiling, your ego panics. Something bad is going to happen. I must ruin it before fate ruins it. Now. The guardian of the threshold is that self-sabotage mechanism. He appears disguised as worry, criticism, or psychosomatic illness. His only goal is to pull you down from the cloud and return you to the dirty ground where you feel safe. How to defeat him? With consciousness today now. When you see yourself boycotting your own happiness, stop and say, I see you, it's my upper limit. I'm getting scared because things are going well. It is safe to be happy. I expand my capacity to receive. Breathe and hold the happiness without sabotaging it now. Fey crabs in the bucket, external resistance. The guardian of the threshold is not always internal. Sometimes he has the face of your mother, your best friend, or your partner. It is the phenomenon of crabs in a bucket. If you put a single crab in a bucket, it will get out easily today now. If you put in several, when one tries to leave, the others will grab it and pull it down. They don't do it out of pure evil. They do it out of panic. If you leave the bucket, you prove to them that it is possible to leave, and that forces them to face their own cowardice now. Your success is a painful mirror for their failure. That is why when you start to change, your environment rebels. You have changed. You have been brainwashed. These voices are the external guardians. They are there to test your determination in your life right now, today, now. The universe asks you, how much do you want this? Do you want it enough to endure the disapproval of your tribe? If you stop to please them, you fail the test. If you move forward with love but with firmness, one of two things will happen right now. They will let you go and stay in the bucket, and you will have to find new friends, or they will feel inspired by your bravery and follow you toward freedom. Either way, you have to get out. You must be the one to break the cycle and lead the way today now. V. The imposter syndrome, the voice of the guardian. The guardian's favorite phrase is, "Who do you think you are?" You are about to launch your project, write your book, or ask for that raise. And the voice whispers, "You are not an expert. They are going to laugh at you. You are a child disguised as an adult now." It is imposter syndrome, and I have some news for you. It never completely disappears. Even the most successful CEOs, famous artists, and world leaders feel it. Imposter syndrome is, paradoxically, a good sign in your life right now, today now. It means you are leaving your comfort zone. If you didn't feel like an imposter, it would mean you are doing something you already master, something small. You only feel like an imposter when you are growing. The trick is not to eliminate the voice, but to dialogue with it now. Guardian, you're not ready. You. It's true, one is never 100% ready, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll learn along the way. Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is action with fear. Do it afraid. Do it with a cracked voice. But do it today, now. Fafi, the dark night before the dawn. In mythical narrative, before the hero gets the Holy Grail, he must pass through the deepest cave. In the Bible, Jesus goes through Gethsemane sweating blood before the resurrection. It is a universal law. Darkness is densest just before the dawn, right now, today, now. Just when you are millimeters from success, everything seems to get worse. It is called the final purge. The universe is squeezing the last remains of negativity from your system. It is like a fever. High fever precedes healing in your life now. If your life has become absolute chaos since you started this path, rejoice. Chaos precedes higher order. You are in the washing machine, in the spin cycle. It spins, it makes you dizzy, but you are going to come out clean today now. If you give up in the spin cycle, you stay wet and dirty. Hold on. That unbearable pressure you feel is the pressure of the birth canal. You are being born. Do not die in labor out of fear of the pain. Push. Your new life is waiting on the other side right now. 7. Reframing anxiety. It is excitement. Here is a biohacking trick to defeat the guardian. Physiologically, fear, anxiety, and excitement, exhilaration, are identical. In both cases, the heart races, hands sweat, the stomach closes, adrenaline rises in your world right now, today, now. The only difference is the mental label you put on it. If you go on a roller coaster and think, "I'm going to kill myself," you feel fear. If you think, "How fun," you feel excitement. The body feels the same. The mind decides if it is good or bad now. When you feel the guardian squeezing your stomach before an important event, do not say, "I am very nervous." Say out loud, "I am very excited." Cheat your brain. Tell it, "This energy I feel is fuel." By changing the label, the energy starts to propel you today now. Fate, the guardian is an ally in disguise. Change your relationship with the guardian. Stop seeing him as an enemy. The guardian of the threshold has a noble function to test your faith. Imagine the universe says, "You say you want to be a millionaire. Fine, but are you willing to face uncertainty now?" The guardian puts the sword to your chest and asks, "Are you worthy?" If you get scared and run, the answer is no. If you push the sword away and take a step forward, the answer is yes. The moment you show you are serious, he steps aside today now. He takes off the horrible mask. He bows to you, and he opens the door. You discover the monster was made of smoke. He only had the power you gave him with your fear. By crossing the threshold, the guardian becomes your ally. Fear transformed becomes power right now. That's the leap of faith, the 3-second rule. How do you physically cross the threshold when you are paralyzed? Use the 3-second rule. When you have the impulse to do something and you feel the guardian start to speak, you have a window of 3 seconds before your rational mind takes control now. You have to move in those 3 seconds. Count down 3, 2, 1, now and move. Launch your body, click send, say hello. Do not think, act. Once you have initiated action, the fear disappears. Fear only lives in anticipation, never in action in your life today, now. When you're in the middle of the battle, you have concentration. Fear is in the locker room. Fear is on the shore. Jump into the water and the fear will drown. By taking immediate action, you bypass the guardian and enter the field of manifestation right now. Chapter 9. Tuning into the station, intuition. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Albert Einstein. There is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen to it. Rumi. Imagine you are lost in the middle of a dense and dark forest today now. You have no map. You have no compass. There is no signal on your mobile. You are terrified. Your logical mind begins to scream, "We are going to die. Run north. No. Wait. Better climb a tree. No. Better cry." The logical mind, in unknown situations, is useless. It only has data from the past and you are in a new situation now. But suddenly you feel something. It is not a thought, it is not a deduction. It is a tug at the navel, a silent and magnetic certainty that pushes you gently to the right, toward a path that is barely visible among the undergrowth. Your logic says, "You're crazy. That path looks dangerous right now, today now." But your gut says, "It's this way." If you follow your gut, you find the exit. If you follow logic, you go around in circles until you are exhausted. Welcome to intuition. Welcome to the most advanced and least used technology of the human being. We have been educated to worship the intellect and to ridicule intuition now. We have been told that listening to inner voices is for crazy people and that feeling the answers is unscientific. And yet, the greatest scientists, artists, and entrepreneurs in history confess in private that their great ideas did not come from a spreadsheet, but from a sudden spark in their life today now. Steve Jobs, Nikola Tesla, Einstein, they were all intuitive first and rational second. In this chapter, we are going to learn to tune in to the station. The voice of your soul is transmitting instructions 24 hours a day. The problem is not that God is mute. The problem is that your radio has too much static today now. We are going to clean the noise so that you can hear the exact coordinates of your destination. By refining your internal receiver, you gain access to a reservoir of wisdom that transcends linear thinking, allowing you to navigate the complexities of your existence with an ease and precision that the limited mind can never achieve now. The cosmic Wi-Fi. What is intuition really? Let's demystify intuition. It is not fairy tale magic. It is high-speed data processing. Your conscious mind processes about 40 bits of information per second. It is slow. It has to analyze A, then B, then C. Your subconscious mind, connected to the quantum field, processes 40 million bits per second today now. It captures facial micro-expressions, changes in atmospheric pressure, pheromones, energy patterns, and data from the potential future. Intuition is the result of that super-processing. The subconscious sees the complete picture and sends you the final conclusion in a millisecond in your life right now, today now. Since it doesn't have time to explain all the data, it sends you the conclusion in the form of a sensation. Don't trust this guy. Buy that house. Don't get on that plane. It is a compressed file of wisdom. When you ignore it because it is not logical, you are disregarding the largest database in the universe now. Intuition is your Wi-Fi connection to the cloud of infinite knowledge. By trusting this invisible link, you tap into a guidance system that operates beyond the constraints of time and space, providing you with the insights necessary to make choices that are perfectly aligned with your highest path and sovereign purpose today. There's the battle of the two voices, ego versus spirit. The greatest challenge for the initiate is discernment. You will ask me, how do I know if that voice telling me quit your job is my wise intuition or my scared, reckless ego? It is the million-dollar question. Fortunately, they have very different vibratory signatures. Learn to distinguish them today now. 1. The voice of the ego, the noise. Volume high, it screams, it is insistent. Tone, urgent, anxious, demanding. Content, full of shoulds, have to, careful, What will they say? Sensations, contraction, tension in shoulders, jaw or stomach, fear. Origin, fear or desire for approval now. 2. The voice of intuition, the signal. Volume, low, it is a whisper. Tone, calm, neutral, detached. It does not order you, it informs you. Content, direct. Call Maria. Go over there. Wait. Sensations, expansion, lightness, an internal click. Peace, origin, love and truth in your world right now today. Golden rule, if you have to debate it mentally for hours, it is not intuition, it is mind. Intuition is instantaneous. You know that you know, and that's it. By paying attention to the quality of the internal sound, you learn to bypass the chaotic chatter of the ego and anchor yourself in the steady, quiet directive of the soul now. 3. The second brain, the gut. Science has discovered that we have neurons in the intestine. Literally, you have a second brain in your belly. And this brain is in charge of visceral intuition. The expressions gut feeling or it gave me a bad vibe are not metaphors. They are biological descriptions. The vagus nerve connects your gut to your brain now. When something is incorrect for you, your gut contracts. You feel nausea and not an acid void. When something is correct, your gut relaxes. You feel butterflies or heat. The body traffic light test. Use your body as a pendulum. Think of an option, e.g., accept job A. Close your eyes and focus on your stomach today. Sensation of expansion. You lean forward, breathe deeply, smile. It is a yes. Sensation of contraction. You lean back, breath shortens, not in the stomach. It is a no. Your body does not know how to lie. Your mind can rationalize, but your body knows the environment is toxic and contracts. Listen to it now. IV. Cleaning the static, detoxification. Why have modern people lost their intuition? Because we live in a nightclub. Constant noise, social networks, news, opinions of others, alcohol, sugar, stress. It is impossible to hear a whisper in the middle of a heavy metal concert. If you want to reactivate your GPS, you need silence right now, today now. Solitude. You need to spend time alone, no mobile, no podcast, just you. At first it is uncomfortable, the ego screams. Then the ego gets tired and the real voice appears. Nature. The forest or the sea recalibrates your frequency. They clean the electromagnetic field. Do not ask for opinions in your life now. When you have an important decision, do not ask anyone for 48 hours. The moment you ask, what would you do, you contaminate your channel. The fear and logic of the other enter you. Stay with the doubt until the answer sprouts from you. You have to learn to trust your internal authority more than the external today now. The 2-second rule, the first spark. Intuition is fast. Judgment is slow. When you meet someone new, in the first 2 seconds you have an impression. I like them or I don't trust them. Immediately after, second 3, your rational mind enters to correct. Don't be prejudiced. They seem nice. They are well dressed. In your world right now, today now. And you cover that first impression with logic. 3 months later, that person betrays you and you say, I knew it. I knew it from the first moment. Yes, you knew. You had the information in second 1, but you discarded it for logic. Recover respect for the first spark. That first energetic reading is the purest now. Practice it with small things. You look at the restaurant menu. Your eyes go straight to a dish. Intuition. Mind. But this has many calories. You order something else. The dish arrives and you don't like it. You look at the dish you wanted at first and your mouth waters. The universe told you what to eat now. Versus CEO versus manager. The correct hierarchy. Don't misunderstand me. Logic is wonderful. It is a powerful tool. But logic must be the manager, not the CEO. The intuition, CEO, sets the course, decides the what and the where. The logic, manager, organizes the details, decides the how. Disaster occurs when you put logic as CEO right now, today now. Logic has no vision of the future. It only analyzes the past. If you ask logic, should I start a company? It will look at the failure statistics and say, no, it's risky. Logic would never have discovered America, nor invented the airplane. All that was illogical. Intuition says, let's go. Logic says, okay, I'll pack now. That is the winning team. Let your soul choose the destination and your mind drive the car. By restoring this natural order, you ensure that your life is guided by the expansive vision of the spirit while being supported by the practical efficiency of the intellect, leading to the successful manifestation of your highest dreams today. Sérste, the coin trick hacking the feeling. If you are blocked between two options, A and B, and your mind won't stop spinning, use a coin. Not for chance to decide, but to reveal your hidden truth. Say, heads is A, tails is B. Flip the coin in the air. Here is the trick. While the coin is in the air, you will realize that you want one to come up now. You say internally, I hope it's heads. Boom, you have your answer, it's A. It doesn't matter what comes up on the coin. You have already seen your real desire. Or if the coin falls and it's tails, option B, observe your immediate reaction. Do you feel relief? It's B. Do you feel a micro-disappointment? It's A today now. Your emotional reaction to the result tells you what your truth is. The coin is only a mirror for your subconscious. By using this simple bypass of the rational mind, you catch your true self in a moment of honesty, allowing you to move forward with the clarity of knowing what you truly want deep within your soul right now. Fate or blind faith, following crazy instructions. Sometimes intuition will ask you to do things that make no logical sense. Get off the highway now. Call that person you haven't spoken to in 10 years. Buy that book. Do not sign the contract. These are trust tests. The universe is guiding you through the path of synchronicity, but you cannot see the map now. If you get off the highway, maybe you avoid a fatal accident 1 kilometer ahead. You didn't know, but your internal GPS did. If you don't sign, maybe you avoid a legal bankruptcy hidden in the fine print. Following intuition requires courage. It requires being willing to look foolish or irrational to others in your world right now. I didn't feel like it is a complete reason. It is the only valid reason. Over time, you will see that every time you followed that madness, life rewarded you. And every time you ignored it to look good, life charged you a toll. Trust the silent whisper, for it sees the patterns of reality that logic can never detect today. Doubt, differentiating fear versus danger intuition. This is a common doubt. I am afraid to get on the plane. Is it intuition that it's going to crash, or is it my phobia of flying? Key to distinguish phobia, anxiety. It is mental, chaotic, and agitated. You create horror movies in your head. It is noisy, danger intuition. It is cold, dry, and factual today now. There is no movie. There is simply a wall, a feeling of don't get on. It's as if your desire to go had been disconnected. You can feel strangely calm, but immovable in your decision not to go, or you suddenly feel physically ill. If you are doubting, it is probably fear. Real danger intuition is so strong you don't doubt now. X, the dream oracle incubation. When you are awake, your ego is at the wheel. When you sleep, the ego turns off and the spirit takes command. Dreams are a direct channel of intuitive communication. Many scientific discoveries and famous songs came in dreams. Incubation technique. Before sleeping, while in that theta state, make a clear request now. Subconscious universe, I need a solution for problem X. Please give it to me tonight or tomorrow morning. Repeat it until you fall asleep. Upon waking, stay still with your eyes closed. Try to catch the first ideas or sensations that come. Sometimes the answer is there, clear as water in your life today now. Sometimes you don't remember anything, but at noon while you shower, eureka, the idea drops suddenly. The dream did the processing work and delivers the package to you when you are relaxed. By utilizing the power of your sleep state, you open a gateway to infinite intelligence that works for you even while you rest today. Cause heart coherence, the heart knows. The Heart Math Institute has shown that the heart has an electromagnetic field 5,000 times more powerful than the brain. The heart knows before the brain. In experiments, the heart reacts to a negative image seconds before the image appears on the screen. Precognition. To access maximum intuition, go from the head now. Go down from the head to the heart. Quick exercise. 1. Put your hand in the center of your chest. 2. Breathe slowly, imagining the air entering and leaving through the heart. 3. Ask your heart the question, The heart's answer is always soft, inclusive, and wise. It never attacks. It is never in a hurry today now. It is the voice of your inner master. By centering your awareness in the heart, you bypass the defensive mechanisms of the mind and enter a state of profound resonance with the truth of the universe, allowing you to live with a sovereign grace and a deep, unshakable certainty that guides your every step in this world right now. Chapter 10, The Soul's Purpose, Your Hidden Mission. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Aristotle. There is a silent epidemic in the modern world. It is not a virus, it is not an economic crisis today now. It is the crisis of meaning. You see people who have it all, money, health, family, fame, and yet they feel empty. They wake up in the morning with a hole in their chest and wonder, is this it? Working, paying bills, watching series and dying, is this what I came for? That void is not filled with more money or sex now. That void is the voice of your soul screaming, because it is unemployed. You are not a biological accident. You are not the random result of a collision of molecules. You are a divine intention. Imagine the human body. It has trillions of cells. The liver cell has a function. The heart cell has another today now. The eye cell has another. No cell is there just because. If a cell had no function, the body would eliminate it, or it would become cancer, growth without purpose. You are a cell in the body of humanity or of God. You have a specific function. You have a unique design. You have a purpose in this world right now today. If you are not fulfilling that purpose, you feel dissonance. You feel depression, anxiety, and apathy. They are the symptoms of being out of your place in the cosmic orchestra. Welcome to Dharma. In this last chapter of teaching, we are going to discover your hidden mission. We will stop looking for how to survive now. We are going to start understanding how to serve, because true abundance and true happiness are only unlocked when you plug your small individual cable into the great power grid of universal service. By aligning with this greater current, you find that the resources you once struggled to obtain now flow to you naturally today now. The lie of winning a living. We have been brainwashed with a terrible phrase, you have to win your living, earn a living. Think about it, it is absurd. You already have the living. It was given to you for free at birth. You don't have to win it as if it were a prize or a salary. Your right to exist is inalienable in your life today now. What society means is, you have to be useful to the economic system to survive. And so millions of people dedicate their best years to jobs they hate, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't care about. That is not life. It is luxury survival. The soul's purpose has nothing to do with your profession now. It has nothing to do with your title. You can be a street sweeper and be living your purpose. You can be the CEO of a multinational and have lost your purpose completely. Your purpose is not what you do outwardly. It is the energy you bring to what you do. It is your unique vibration in this world right now, today now. Some souls have come to bring beauty, artists, decorators, gardeners. Others have come to bring order, administrators, lawyers, organizers. Others have come to bring healing, doctors, therapists, friends who listen. Others have come to bring innovation, engineers, rebels, entrepreneurs. You must find your essence now. If you try to force yourself to be an accountant, when your soul came to be an artist, you will suffer. Even if you earn millions, you will feel poor. Alignment with your original design is the only real wealth. By honoring the truth of your nature, you activate a deep satisfaction that external success can never replicate or replace today. Third, Dharma versus Karma, the current. In Eastern philosophy, there are two forces that move your life. Karma, past. It is inertia. It is the outstanding debts, the repetitive patterns, what drags you backward. It is the hamster wheel. Dharma, future, purpose. It is your cosmic duty. It is the reason you incarnated. It is what drives you forward now. When you live in your Dharma, the universe supports you. Remember Chapter 8, Surrender and Flow. Dharma is the channel through which the river flows. If you swim in the direction of your Dharma, you go with the current. Things come out easy. Resources appear. You feel full of energy in your soul today, right now, today. If you swim against your Dharma, out of fear, greed, or family mandates, Life becomes a constant struggle. You get sick. You exhaust yourself. The universe is telling you, it's not that way. Turn around. Many people believe that finding their purpose is difficult. I don't know what I want to do, they say in their world now. Lie. They know it. But they are afraid to admit it because it doesn't seem practical or profitable. Your Dharma is not always logical, but it is always enthusiastic. The word enthusiasm comes from the Greek entheos, God within. That which enthuses you, that which makes you lose track of time, is the GPS signal of your soul now. Follow your enthusiasm, and you will find your Dharma. By trusting the joy that arises from certain activities, you align yourself with the path that the universe has already paved for you, ensuring that your efforts are magnified by the power of the divine intent that placed those desires in your heart in the first place today now. First, childhood clues, the original code. Before society reprogrammed you, Chapter 3, you knew who you were. Look at 5-year-old children. One is always building towers with blocks, architect-builder. Another is always healing dolls, healer. Another is always organizing the other children in games, leader-director. Another is always painting or singing, creator now. Another is always taking toys apart to see how they work, engineer, researcher. What did you do? What did you do for hours without anyone forcing you? What did you dream of becoming before an adult told you, that doesn't make money? There is your original code. That seed is still alive within you today, right now, today. It is buried under layers of adult responsibility. Your mission is not to learn anything new, it is to remember. Dig into your memory. Recover that essence. You may not become an astronaut, but the essence was exploring the unknown. You can apply that essence by being a scientist, a traveler, or an innovator right now. The form changes, the essence remains. By reconnecting with the pure interests of your youth, you strip away the artificial expectations that have been placed upon you, allowing your authentic self to emerge and guide you toward the work that you were uniquely designed to perform in this lifetime with ease and joy now. Your wound is your gift, the wounded healer. This is the deepest and most painful clue. Sometimes your purpose is not in your talents, but in your traumas. In Greek mythology, Chiron was the wounded healer. He had a wound that would not close, and in his search to heal himself, he discovered medicines that healed the world. Look at your life in this world today now. What has been your greatest pain? Loneliness, abuse, poverty, illness, addiction? That which has hurt you the most is your mastery. Because no one can help an alcoholic better than someone who has overcome alcoholism. No one can understand someone depressed better than someone who has come out of the pit of depression now. Your suffering has given you a university degree that is not bought with money, empathy, and real experience. Your mission, very often, is simply to help the people who are where you were a few years ago. Rescuing your past self. If you overcame shyness, your mission is to teach confidence in your life right now, today, now. If you overcame bankruptcy, your mission is to teach financial education or resilience. By transforming your poison into medicine for others, you close the circle. Your pain gains meaning. You stop being a victim and become a master. Your wound becomes your lighthouse. You light the way for others who are still in the dark now. Ikigai, the magic intersection. The Japanese have a wonderful concept called ikigai, the reason for living. They say that the perfect purpose is found at the intersection of 4 circles. 1. What you love, your passion. 2. What you are good at, your talent. 3. What the world needs, your mission. 4. What you can be paid for, your profession, now. Many stay halfway. If you do what you love and are good at but no one pays you, it's a hobby. You are happy but poor. If you do what you are paid for and are good at, but don't love it, it's a boring job. You are comfortable but empty. If you do what you love and the world needs it but they don't pay you, it's volunteering now. You have satisfaction but no sustenance. The metaphysician seeks the center. He seeks to monetize his passion by serving the world. Is it possible? Yes. Today, more than ever. Thanks to the internet, you can find your tribe anywhere. If your passion is knitting scarves for cats, today you can find people who will pay today now. There is no excuse. You don't have to choose between money and purpose. Money is the natural consequence of fulfilling your purpose with excellence. By positioning yourself at the heart of your ikigai, you create a sustainable and fulfilling life that benefits both yourself and the greater community in which you live now. See the myth of greatness, saving the world. The spiritual ego sets a trap for us here. It makes us believe that having a purpose means being famous, writing a bestseller, saving the whales, or being Mother Teresa. If you don't save 1 million people, you feel you have failed. This is false. Most purposes are local and silent in this world right now today. Perhaps your purpose is to be an incredible father who raises 2 healthy and loving children. Perhaps your purpose is to be the baker who, with his smile and hot bread, brightens the morning for 200 people in the neighborhood every day. Perhaps your purpose is to tend a garden. The universe does not measure magnitude now. It measures frequency, the quality of love. A small life lived with great love has more impact on the invisible plot than a famous life lived with selfishness. Do not pressure yourself to leave a legacy with statues. Your legacy is the energetic footprint you leave in every heart you touch today in your life now. If you help a single person to have hope, you have not lived in vain. Relax. You don't have to save the world. You only have to take your place and shine where you are. By being a beacon of light in your immediate surroundings, you contribute to the collective elevation of humanity in a way that is profound and lasting now. Service as the key to abundance. Here we reveal the definitive economic secret. Money is a certificate of appreciation that society gives you for serving it, if it is ethical money, of course. If you want more money, stop thinking about how to make money. Start thinking about how to serve more people, or how to serve better today in your life now. Selfish people, who only think about what am I going to get, block their own flow. Service people, who think about what can I give, open the floodgates. Zig Ziglar said, "You can have everything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want." It is the law of sowing and reaping now. Your purpose is your seed. If you keep the seed in your pocket, the seed rots, there is no harvest, you are poor. If you throw the seed into the ground, deliver your talent to the service of others, nature returns to you multiplied by 100. The universe is the most generous employer that exists right now, today, now. If you work for the universe, fulfilling your Dharma, the universe will take care of paying your bills and with a tip. Trust this. Dedicate yourself to giving, and the receiving will take care of itself. By making service your primary motivation, you move beyond the fear of lack and into a state of perpetual provision and grace now. Theta, fear of your own light, Jonah complex. Curiously, we are more afraid of our success than our failure. Marianne Williamson wrote it masterfully. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Why? Because responsibility comes now, today now. Because if you admit you have a gift and a mission, you acquire responsibility. You can no longer hide. You can no longer play at being small. You have to expose yourself. You have to be seen. You have to be a leader. And that panics the ego, which wants security and anonymity. This is called the Jonah complex in your life now. Jonah tried to flee from the mission God gave him and ended up swallowed by a whale. If you flee from your greatness, life swallows you. You feel suffocated, trapped in the whale of mediocrity. Get out of there. Stop apologizing for shining. Your small game does not serve the world. You must step into your power today now. When you shine, you give unconscious permission to others to do the same. You do no one a favor by playing dumb or incapable. Assume your power. The world needs you awake. By fully embracing your potential, you fulfill your individual destiny and serve as a living example of what is possible when a human being lives in truth now. Exercise the millionaire and funeral test. To find your purpose today, answer these 2 questions with brutal honesty. Question 1. The millionaire test. Imagine that today you win 100 million euros in the lottery. You no longer need to work for money ever again. You spend the first year traveling and resting. But in the second year, you get bored now. You need to do something with your time. What would you do? What would you do for free just for the pleasure of doing it? Would you write? Would you teach? Would you cook? Would you take care of animals? That is your purpose. That which you would do even if they didn't pay you, is that for which you should be paid today. Question 2. The rage test. What makes you angriest in the world? Animal abuse, political injustice, pollution, poor education of children, junk food. Your rage is a compass. That which outrages you is that which you have come to solve. You are not angry by chance. You are angry because you have the internal code now. You see how it should be, and you see the discrepancy. Your purpose hides behind your indignation. Wherever you see a problem that hurts you, there is your work. By directing your energy toward the resolution of what troubles you most, you find a deep sense of calling that fuels your actions with unshakable resolve now. X. The 3 stages of evolution. Your relationship with purpose evolves. 1. The victim. Life happens to me. There is no purpose, only survival. Asleep. 2. The creator. I create my life. You use the law of attraction to get things for yourself. Success, money, enlightened ego. 3. The channel. Life happens through me today now. You surrender. You ask, God, universe, what do you want to do with me today? You no longer seek your personal success, but to be an instrument, awakened. The true soul's purpose is found in stage 3. It is when you become the flute through which the universe blows. There is no more tension, only music now. Conclusion. Now it is your turn. The audio is about to end. My voice will fade away in a few seconds. Silence will fill the room once again. And in that silence, you will be left alone with yourself. That is the moment of truth. Until now, it has been easy. Listening is passive. Nodding your head while I told you universal secrets is comfortable today now. It feels good to know things. The spiritual ego loves to accumulate data, but this book has not come into your life so that you can be smarter, nor so that you have interesting conversation topics at dinners. This book has come into your life to set it on fire. The title was not a marketing phrase in your world right now, today now. It was a literal sentence. If this book found you, it is for a reason. The reason was not to entertain you. The reason was to wake you up. The universe has moved invisible threads, has calculated times, and has synchronized algorithms to put this information in your ears at this precise moment in your history in this world now. The universe has fulfilled its part of the deal. It has delivered the map to you. It has given you the compass. It has reminded you who you are. Now, the ball is in your court. The book has done its job. Now it is your turn to do yours. Do not make the mistake of the spiritual tourist in your life right now, today now. The tourist visits sacred places, takes photos, says, "How beautiful," and goes back home to live just as before. Do not be a tourist. Be an inhabitant. I do not want you to believe me. I do not want blind faith. I want you to be a scientist. Go out there and put everything we have talked about to the test today now. Challenge the universe, make the decree, look into the mirror. Ask for the sign, throw yourself into the void. If what I have told you is a lie, nothing will happen and you can go back to your life as a victim. But if what I have told you is true, then you have in your hands the dynamite to blow up the walls of your prison now. I warn you, inertia is strong. Tomorrow the world will try to put you to sleep again. The news will try to scare you. Your environment will try to limit you. Your old mind will try to sabotage you. You will have to be a warrior. You will have to defend your frequency as one who defends a fortress today in your life now. But you are no longer the same person who started Chapter 1. Something has broken inside you, and something new has been born. You can no longer not know. You have already seen the puppet strings. You can no longer pretend that you move by chance. You know that you are the cause. You know that you are the origin today now. Your life is a blank canvas starting from this second. The past no longer has power over you unless you give it to it. The future does not exist until you create it. You only have the eternal now. And in this now, you have the power of God beating in your chest. Do not look for more books for a while in your life now. You already have enough theory. The library is closing. The laboratory is opening. The laboratory is your office, your kitchen, your bedroom, the street. That is where the magic happens. Turn your life into your masterpiece. Make it so that when you reach the end of your days and look back, you can say, I did it now. I did not just survive, I created. I lived. I loved. I fulfilled the reason why the book found me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for resonating. Thank you for being brave. We will see each other in the mirror. We will see each other in the plot. You and I are one. The dream is over. Your reality begins today, now.